Hey guys, how's it going? Shinobi here, and today I want to look at something a little bit differently in Diablo. Now with PvP coming out in hopefully the near future, I want to look at some of the abilities of the Demon Hunter to see if maybe it would be viable to use those skills in PvP coming up. Now we don't know a lot about PvP, however in other games we've played like World of Warcraft and various PvP like games, CC is always a big factor. So we're going to look at today just some of the ones that I found that I think could play a big factor as far as PvP goes. Some of them have some CC abilities, some of them are just high damage abilities, and what we're going to do today is look at left click and right click for Demon Hunter. Then I'll cover the rest of them in the next episode. Down below I want you to leave your comments on which abilities you think would be best for left click and right click and everything like that. Remember to hit thumbs up on the video, and let's go into each one of these individually, and I'll talk a little bit about each one and give you my kind of opinions on it, and then put your opinions down below. I want to thank you guys for subscribing, and let's get into the episode here. So here we go with part 1, left click, right click. Now I've gone ahead and slowed it down in some parts to show you which abilities I'm using. This one is Entangling Shot with Bounty Hunter, which Entangling Shot slows your enemies for your left click, but also with the Bounty Hunter you gain 6% of your life per shot. So that's not actually too bad. You can see that the health is going up decently quickly. I'm doing decent damage and taking them down. I'm keeping my distance so that way I can use one ability, and so if there's a barbarian that doesn't have Wrath of the Berserker up and he's chasing after me, this gives you kind of more of an advantage because you can slow them a little bit. That does work as a CC in a game like this, and I think overall it's not a bad ability to think about. The next one here is going to be Entangling Shot again, but this time with the rune that gives you more hatred on each shot. So what I'm going to do is go over here and waste a little bit of my hatred so you can see just how much you get from each shot here. And it's not too bad. I mean, obviously it's not adding any kind of CC. I mean, the Entangling Shot does that, but it's something extra and it's not bad. It could be considered to be used in the future when PvP does finally come out. The next rune here for Entangling Shot is Heavy Burden, which is going to increase the duration on how long you slow them for with your Entangling Shot to 4 seconds instead of 2 seconds. Could be nice. We don't know what the diminishing returns is going to look like as far as CC goes, but it's nice to test like this. It may be completely different versus players when you're actually doing PvP, but it's nice to at least test this stuff to see, give us maybe an upper advantage for when PvP finally comes out. The next one here is going to be Bola Shot with Thunderball, which has a chance to stun the target for 1.5 seconds on each shot. You can see that Bola Shot does shoot really quickly, so you can use this to get your hatred up and you can stun them for 1.5 seconds, and you can see that it works just fine here, even on MP5 on a Treasure Goblin. Now we've all seen this one before, Hungering Arrow with Devouring Arrow, which gives your left click some real nice big crits. When you do pierce through, you do an additional 70% damage. It may be very viable in PvP, there's no CC ability added to it, so that's going to play a factor, but still high damage, nothing wrong with that. Moving on to right click now with your hatred dumpers, you got Elemental Arrow with Frost Arrows, and I actually like this ability. It's something that I used in the beginning of Diablo 3 before all the Shadow Tentacles and everything like that became really popular. I like it because it slows them down, does decent damage, and it spreads to other mobs as well, so it can even hit other players in PvP. So not a bad ability in my opinion. This one here is Lightning Bolts, which adds a 1.5 second stun chance to your right click ability with Elemental Arrow. I think it's not bad. It can interrupt some spell casting, getting that stun off. Overall not too bad, maybe not the best, but not bad. Now the Witch Doctor has a really nice fear ability. It's the only class in the game that has a true fear. This rune right here gives you a 40% chance to fear the target. I was excited to try this ability out to see how it would work, and it starts off not too bad, but it's just not enough, especially when you have 3 players coming after you, which like 3 mobs right here. You see that it's not enough to keep them back. That 40% chance is too low of a chance percentage, and you see they do get close enough to me to kill me. And here we have Rapid Fire with Web Shot. Now we've seen Rapid Fire be used at BlizzCon when they introduced PvP for Diablo 3, and who knows, maybe rapid fire might be pretty good. This one here slows them down by 80% while you have that ability spammed on the target. Now, is it viable enough? I don't know. You see there's a lot of close calls here where I get low in health and everything. Obviously, you'd use other abilities to get out of those situations, but you want each one of your abilities to try to kind of stand on its own legs, so that way each one is so strong on its own. In my opinion, do I think this is a good ability? Who knows? We'll see what the future has for us, but maybe a damaging ability might be better than this, because the damage isn't amazing on this, and the survivability isn't good enough to make up for the low damage. And we've all seen this ability before, Impale with grievous wounds, those big nice crits. I think an ability like this is nice for a right click ability, for a hatred dump ability, probably better than something like cluster bombs, because they have to be in one spot for you to use that ability. With Impale, wherever you click is where you throw it. So it can be very nice for someone that keeps peeking out behind a pillar or something like that, trying to LOS you. You can pick them off real quick. I think Impale might be something you might see because it has the damage. It doesn't have the CC ability to it, but I think it makes up for it in the damage, and I'm curious to see how it will play out in the future in PvP. So that'll do it for today, guys. That'll show you the right clicks and the left clicks that I have picked to be somewhat good in PvP in the future. Now, as a disclaimer, like I said, we have no idea what PvP is going to bring us, but why not try and be a little prepared for it? And if we're right in our assumptions on how CC is going to play a big factor, then it's going to pay off a lot more because we actually practiced and came up with things. Put your things down below, guys. I'm really curious to see which abilities you guys pick, and next time we'll be covering the rest of the abilities, so tune in for that and be subscribed. Till next time, I'm Shinobi. Thanks for watching.